Hi scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am here with another Scrap Stash kit layout. So here I have these two photos of my nephew and I wanted to scrapbook them on the same page, and for this one I am going to mat them on this scrap piece of white paper. I'm going to use this layout as my inspiration, and I just found it on Pinterest. So I'm going to glue these photos down to this white cardstock. Then I'm just going to cut that mat out, and I'm going to use that red polka dot paper as well as that black and white stripe. So I'm just going to cut down these pieces and start layering them together. I hadn't really picked out my background piece of paper yet, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I decided to do things a little bit backwards and just start layering my papers, which I normally do after I pick out my background papers. So it's kind of fun to change things up a little bit. So here I am just kind of cutting down some different papers to layer behind the photos. I had this doily, so I wanted to make sure that I put that somewhere on the layout, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it right there, which is actually where it does stay. So here I have just a little embellishment bowl, but I don't pull anything out of there just yet. I'm not sure that I actually do. But I also had this twine that I got at the Dollar Spot bin at Target. And so I'm going to wrap that around that beigeish gray floral paper. So I'm going to glue down the doily. And then I'm going to place down the twine. And here I'm just going to use some washi tape to keep the twine in place. And now I'm going to start gluing down all of these layers. And on my phone, I don't know if you can tell, but I keep referencing the sketch. Well, it's not a sketch, but the layout that I am scrap lifting. I like to do that sometimes just to, keep giving me inspiration. So here, finally, I decide that I'm just going to put these layers on a white piece of paper. And here I am just fluffing them up a little bit, kind of adding a little bit extra dimension. And then I decide that the white is kind of too white, so I'm going to spray some of this Heidi Swapp Tinsel Color Shine on there. And then I'm going to place the matte, the photos with all the layers and everything on there. And now I am going to outline all of these papers. And once that's done, then I'm going to start doing the embellishing. I am going to end up cutting some of this out because this does take quite a while. Okay, now here I am trying to figure out what I want to do for the title, and I pulled out these Amy Tangerine thickers, but I decide that I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to pull out the black letters that you've seen me use before from this kit that I made from my stash, and I'm just going to write out his name in lowercase letters. And so here, that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to place them right there underneath the photos. And they actually don't end up staying there. I'm going to move them over farther to the right. I had that little circle element that I bought from, I'm not even really sure where I bought it. I can't remember. I know I did a haul video on them. That was quite a while ago. And then I had this sticker that says The Good Life on it. I believe that's a Jenny Bolin collection. I don't really remember. I don't think I have them anymore. So there I used my glue gun to glue down that circle element, which probably wasn't the easiest way to glue it down, but oh well. Oh, it looks like those elements or stickers are from Fancy Pants. And I believe the collection is called The Good Life. So I just used that sticker that has the vines. They look like little leaves or vines or something on them. And it wasn't sticking down, so I used my Tombow aqua glue to stick it down. And then I also used this red button as well as that mustache, but I wasn't too sure that I liked the mustache, so I pull that up, and in the process I end up ripping the paper. So I have to put something there, so I poke out these holes on this chipboard piece of this little tag, and I'm going to put some of this red twine through there and just tie a little, I don't really tie a knot, but I just kind of tie it down. And the sticky back on that chipboard piece came up. I don't know if you saw that happen a couple minutes ago, but so I'm just going to have to end up gluing it with my Tombow Mono Glue, which I probably would have had to do anyway because a lot of these chipboard pieces don't really stick. So there I stick that down. And then now I am going to cut off another piece of twine, and I'm going to put it right there at the top with that button and that vine, or leaves, whatever you want to call them. So that is pretty much the end of this layout. I will show you some pictures at the end. Here I am just gluing down the title, and then that's the last thing that I do. For this layout, I really like how simple it is. I like simple layouts. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, and a lot of my scrapbooking is really simple anyway compared to a lot of other people. So yeah, I really love this layout, and I like that the red of his shirt matches the red in the layout and the black as well. So, and here, since I used a really flimsy piece of white cardstock on the background, I am just backing it with a piece of paper that I didn't mind using as a background, or that won't be seen. So anyway, here are the photos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with a Calvin ball layout. We'll talk to you then. Bye.